You got me down again.
So I'm back. Yes, I have the baby carrier. I thought I broke my 15 mil. I literally just sat on it and it would not autofocus, manual focus, whatever. So I switched to manual focus, trying to turn the dial, and it would not move. Thankfully, I was able to turn it just enough and it just snapped back into place, but whew, that wouldn't have been good. So to explain what we're gonna be doing today, like I told you guys yesterday, I'm gearing up for a conference event next Friday. So literally a week from now. And one of the parts of the conference is I'm going to be interviewing some of the speakers. So taking a little bit of extra time to learn a bit more about interview setups, kind of best angles, things like that. So I thought this would be a great vlog to share with you guys a setup I created. A little bit of inspiration from David Letterman's show, Last Night We Watched Obama. So a little bit of inspiration from that, but I'm gonna show you how to get 8 shots, 1 room, to add a lot more variety to your video. You guys see a little baby Titan right there? So I'll start with the one that requires the most props, and then also show you a kind of minimal setup as well. Interviewing, 8 angles, minimal gear. Let's do this. What's up, guys? Hanging out with some awesome friends today. We got Denzel over here. Of course, I'm here. Laura over there getting drunk off a glass of wine. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Don't put me on camera.
Oh, we're got Savannah over there enjoying wine. So you put it on the, I'm showing Denzel, walk with me. I'm showing Denzel a little bit of how I typically daily vlog. This is a, all right guys, just fill you in. I'm still in Denzel's spot right now. We're going to be casually drinking and interviewing each other, so this should be an interesting vlog, to say the least. We'll do a couple of questions in each angle. Let's see, questions. Casual.
Let's do it.
Do you carry a donor card?
I do not carry a donor card.
I don't carry a donor card either. Like, I don't know. It just makes me feel weird that someone's gonna have my organs. Like, if
I agree.
If I die, it feels weird.
I want to keep all my stuff when I die,
do.
so.
Is that selfish? Like,
it might be.
I mean, I'm not technically gonna need them when I die, but the fact of someone cutting me up just seems,
unsettling.
Do you eat breakfast every morning?
I do not eat breakfast every morning. I eat breakfast occasionally.
Okay, I feel like I'm one of those people that want to eat breakfast every morning, but I never do, and coffee's my breakfast, and I'll get to like 10 or 11 o'clock and start feeling really bad, and I'm like, I need to eat something, and I'm like, well, it's almost lunch. Should I have a snack? And then I take a goodie powder, and it's just all bad. And
but at that time, that's brunch.
Happens every morning.
Yes.
Will do. Woo.
All right. So, question 34: do you prefer the Titanic or the Notebook?
Ooh, good question. I'm gonna say Titanic, just because I don't know. I just feel like I have like family memories of Titanic. Notebook. Those are both really good movies, even though I'm a normal guy, you know, I can appreciate both the sackiness, the heartache. What about you?
Me personally, I do prefer the Notebook, only because I've never seen the Titanic.
You've never seen, this is the...
I've never seen the Titanic. No, not all the way through.
You've got to see the Titanic. It's pretty good. You gotta see it on VHS though. That's the only way to see it. That's how I saw it.
Why VHS?
Because it's made in 2 different VHS tapes. You gotta rewind that shit back and put in the other one and put it on part A and part B. You gotta experience the the vintageness of it?
I have just a few very close friends. I prefer to keep my circle small.
And why?
It's a very good question. Think about it as a chain. The more links you have, the more likely your chain is to break.
Good.
So,
do you spell the color gray, G-R-E-Y, or gray, G-R-A-Y?
it's G-R-E-Y. It's G-R-E-Y.
I go through phases too where I'm like, you know what? Let's go this G-R-E-Y today. I'm feeling Greyhound today.
Feeling Greyhound today?
Have you read any of the Harry Potter, Hunger Game, or Twilight series?
I have read all the Harry Potter books more than once easily.
Yes, me too.
I've seen all the Hunger Games movies, so if that counts for something,
I think that counts.
I think it does too.
It's like, it's like the 69 that you get in school where it's like you failed, but you almost passed.
You almost passed. You get that. And as for Twilight, I've never read any Twilight book.
So, huge Harry Potter fan as far as like all the books go. The movies are okay, but the books,
There's no beating
she's
the
just
books.
like the pacing with the writing, how she's able to have something just happening, like, oh my God, and then she'll lay it down just a bit, throw on like a complete another layer. You'll forget for a couple, 3 chapters about that suspense alone. It hits you with that finale, and right after that, you're like on to the complete just next. I love it.
Yes, my wife recently became a Harry Potter fan, so I feel proud for introducing her to that.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
All right.
So here's a bit of a quirky question. How many keys are on your key ring?
Keys. The question is, how many keys do I actually use on my keychain? And okay, so I use my car key, and I guess I use my house key. And then there's 3 or 4 other keys on my keychain that I don't even know. I don't know, yeah.
How many rings before you answer your phone?
Ha, that's a good one. I barely ever answer my phone. I answer my phone for my wife. And most other calls are just like, I don't know that number, at work. I'll call them back, so.
So when you see the wife calling, do you answer immediately?
I'd say after a couple of rings. If I'm driving and I'm 2 seconds away from home, I will completely ignore it. She'll be like, why didn't you answer? Oh, you hear the car rolling up the driveway. You know why I didn't answer.
Well, nice to know I'm not alone.
You said that?
Yes.
Nice.
How old were you when you found out Santa was not real?
I feel like
Heartbreaking moment.
heartbreaking moment. I feel like it was around the time I watched Santa Claus 2, where you have Tim Allen like not being Santa Claus anymore. And I'm like, oh, Mom, what's going on here?
So what was your age at that point? Young adolescent?
I feel, yeah, definitely had to be 6 or 7, maybe.
Okay.
But of course, you have my older brother and older sister like, Santa Claus isn't around, dumbass. He's real, Yu-Gi-Oh! All right, so we are on spot number 3. We're moving really slow, so this is probably gonna be pretty long, but you guys like chilling with Will and friends anyways. My guest is going to ask me a few personal questions about how I vlog, and I guess I'm gonna answer and we'll see how it goes.
All right. So what's your go-to editing tool?
All right, so I use, jumped into that. So I use Final Cut Pro. Like there's 2 major ones on the market. There's Premiere Pro, which is made by Adobe, and then there's Final Cut Pro, which is made by kind of like Apple. So like, kind of like your Apple, Microsoft type of thing. I started with Premiere Pro because I use all Adobe products like Adobe Illustrator, etc. in my day-to-day, but I found it very. Do you own any Apple devices?
No,
Oh.
I do not. Android for the win.
All right, Android for the win.
Yes.
So it's more like it's like Premiere Pro is like a Rubik's Cube, where like you probably could unlock like life if you knew all the correct combinations of it, but it's complicated to do, and you have to do that Rubik's Cube every single day. It's stupid. Final Cut Pro is super simple, but it's just, for example, all this footage that I have to import. If I did it in Premiere Pro, I'd have to create multiple folders for each type of media, everything that's going on, pull it to my timeline, try to organize it all there. Final Cut Pro, on the other hand, I literally just import everything just as it is, throw the media cards in there, and when I drag it to my timeline, everything is in chronological order from when it was shot, meaning that I don't have to, because I vlog, like my entire day is technically chronological already, unless I'm shooting specific B-roll on an off day, but everything is all in order, so it's like morning, afternoon, evening. I scrub through all that, it makes so much more sense. All right, next question.
Okay. Yeah, next question is, what is the first editing tool you used?
First movie editing tool, I think it might have been Premiere Pro. I did try out iMovie for a while. This is when I was on my kick of like no computer, trying to like do tablet-like type of thing. Mm-hmm. That didn't work out.
All right, anything like Sony Vegas or Windows Movie Maker?
Takes you back. Oh man, that takes me way back. I did use Sony Vegas when I was trying to make beats in the basement back when old Tigger was was on BT. Never really never the Windows Movie Maker thing with you. I did that to burn CDs. No, that was a Windows player. That was a Windows Media Player. You know what I'm talking about. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live?
Ooh, that's a tough question. Near a beach, preferably. Anywhere in the world. I heard Italy has good pizza. So you have a nationwide and a worldwide. I get you. If I had to be nationwide here, it would definitely be like, at least from what I've kind of experienced, Charleston. I really love Charleston, South Carolina. I love the vibe there. It's kind of like this, but it's right next to the beach. It's nice. It's very, oh man, nice weather. If I had to live anywhere in the world, places I'd like to visit. I want to visit Canada, and I don't know if live. I gotta know for sure before I move permanently there, but I'd like to visit Canada, Japan. Definitely want to go to Puerto Rico, and definitely somewhere in Europe. If you could restore one broken relationship, which would it be? I regret nothing. Oh, the bridges I burned, stay burned, man. If you could meet any one person from history, dead or alive, who would it be? History. I want to meet Einstein, man. Oh, nice. I want to see what he's about. I know it would be completely different language. He'll be like talking all sorts of magic genius, and I'll be like, dang, please give me the simplified Wikipedia version. But that'd be pretty cool. It'd be nice to meet Einstein. Time travel. Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, that's a very tough question. History is filled with a lot of prominent figures. So, I like your answer. Thank you. What was the last time you swam in a pool? Ooh, I do remember this one because it was my Apple Watch. It was Black Mountain? Black Mountain, there we go. Yeah, there we go. I couldn't remember that for a minute. Black Mountain had a really nice pool, so went swimming there, tested out the Apple Watch. It's still working almost 1 year later, so did good underwater. Can't argue with that. Yep. Here's a good one. What type of music do you dislike most? Dislike? I think that I specifically dislike really mainstream. I think it's one of those things where it's nice and feel everyone hearing it. So I don't know if that's a specific style, but It's like when you hear some Drake Underground Once Upon a Time Ago, or you hear like some Yellow Look or whatever, and then everyone's blasted it. Maybe it's the amount of time you hear the song that I'm crying now, but we'll be good. Okay, there we go. Bluegrass. I feel like it's good music, but I need to listen to more of it. To
Get more exposure.
Yeah.
Understandable. Okay. Let me get one more in here. Let's see.
Laura, what did I do for my birthday this year?
Hell if I know, I'm pretty drunk. I'm asking questions. Sorry, that was really
This is the setup that you should use if you have a couple of stools, a tripod, a boom stand, and a couple of lights. Now I'm going to show you the low budget side of that. That can get equally good results. Just requires your interviewee to sit on the floor. All right, let's do it. Battery's flashing, we're running out of time, King's fussing, but this setup is very minimal and it's roughly the same results. What we did before took almost 30 to an hour to get set up and kind of go back and forth. This setup took 3-4 minutes. So it'll be interesting to compare the difference between these two, and really, you know, if you're on a budget, just tell the story, do what you do. All right, so one question each angle and we're wrapping this up. Awesome. First one that comes to play. What is your favorite time of day?
Favorite time of
And why?
Ooh. Favorite time of day would have to be dusk. As soon as the sun's setting, that's the best view of the day.
Nice, I like that. Golden hour almost. And why?
Something very ethereal about it. It's hard to explain the colors and the hues when the sun's setting. It's tough to beat. What's something that amazes you?
Something that amazes me every single day is just my boys. It's like the amount of things they are able to do, able to just how much they're like me and how much they're their own person. Like, it's so interesting to see each kid, you know, they have your DNA, but they have completely different personalities, but they're similar, but they're not at the same time. And I love that. I love that Eyden is very caring and nurturing. He's kind of sensitive and very creative. King, he's more tough, but he's puts up a front, puts up like that strong front, but you can tell he's also very like emotional inside. Like, his feelings can get hurt, but it does still look like he's just like, I got this. Who performs the most random acts of kindness out of everyone you know?
Oh, that's a tough question. Random acts of kindness. That's a doozy, man.
It's like myself. What are you
Myself, yes, absolutely. No other one. I'd say my wife. She does things for me every day that it's unexplainable, you know? It's one of those things. Wish I had a more in-depth answer, but you know. People out there who are happily married, I'm pretty sure you know. What animal scares you the most?
What animal scares me the most? The very first thing that comes to mind is spiders, but I don't know if that's something that scares me the most. Like, if I can smash up a spider.
They are intimidating.
They are pretty. I feel, okay, so maybe it's not a specific, and that's technically, spider isn't an animal, but maybe it's not specifically one spider, but a bunch of like spiders or a bunch of animals or a herd of something that scares me.
Yes.
All right, so hope you guys enjoyed that. We definitely learned a good bit about each other in this.
Absolutely.
This was this awkward at all?
Nah.
Maybe was it awkward kind of
Slightly.
just at first when you didn't know what was going
slightly.
on?
First time on camera.
Okay. Did amazing. Perfect. Ladies are coming in,
I'm
but
gonna save my come over whenever she wants.
that means that we're about to end. Laura, do me a favor. Run to the camera and put your
Put your hand. All right, guys, we're gonna see you next time. Peace.
Peace.